You write at property in your class. It looks like just another attribute. But something deeper is happening behind that decorator. Python is quietly calling underscore underscore get underscore underscore and underscore for you.
Hay majas.
Episode 43, Descriptors. The hidden protocol behind property, ORMs, and validation. Every Django model field is a descriptor in disguise. Let's see exactly how property really works. For places, descriptors are already running your code. First, every at property you've ever written. Second, Django and SQL Alchemy model fields. Third, validation libraries like Attrs and Pydantic. Fourth, even plain functions on a class. Yes, functions are descriptors. That's literally how self works. Descriptors aren't niche. They're the engine under attribute access. A descriptor is just a class with special methods. Underscore underscore get underscore underscore runs the moment you read the attribute. Underscore underscore set underscore underscore runs the moment you assign to it. Underscore underscore delete underscore underscore runs when you delete the attribute. Define any one of these and the rules change. The descriptor must live on the class, not the instance. That one rule trips up almost everyone at first. Two kinds of descriptors, data and non-data. Data descriptors define both underscore underscore get underscore underscore and underscore underscore set underscore underscore. They always win over the instance's own dictionary. Non-data descriptors only define underscore underscore get underscore underscore, nothing else. The instance dictionary wins over those instead. Functions are non-data, that's why instances can override methods. Property is a data descriptor, that's why you can't easily override it. Let's build the simplest possible descriptor by hand. A Celsius class with just underscore underscore get underscore underscore and underscore underscore set underscore underscore. Attach one instance of it to another class. Temp equals Celsius. That line lives on the class. Every weather instance shares that exact same descriptor object. Set w.temp and underscore underscore set underscore underscore quietly runs behind the scenes. Let's build a descriptor that rejects bad data itself. Step 1. Define a positive number class. Step 2. Underscore underscore set underscore name underscore underscore remembers which attribute this is. Step 3. Underscore underscore get underscore underscore reads the stored value back. Step 4. Underscore underscore set underscore underscore checks the value before storing it. Negative input now raises value error automatically, every single time. 5 lines. Validation built once. Reused on any class. 30-second pause before properties internals and lookup order. If at property ever felt like unexplained magic, this channel exists to remove exactly that feeling. Every episode is one real Python mechanism explained simply. 1 subscribe keeps this series going. 2 seconds. Tap it now. Okay, how property is actually built is next. Property is not built in magic. It's a class. It stores your getter function as self.get. Its underscore underscore get underscore underscore method just calls self.get on your object. Its underscore underscore set underscore underscore method calls self.set the same way. A property literally builds one of these for you. Once you see this, property stops feeling magical. When you write obj.etcher, Python checks 4 places. First, a data descriptor sitting on the class. Second, the instance's own underscore underscore dict underscore underscore. Third, a non-data descriptor or plain class attribute. Fourth, underscore underscore getEtcher underscore underscore, only if nothing else matched. Data descriptors always go first. That's the whole rule. You've already used descriptors without knowing their name. Django and SQL Alchemy build every model field this way. Attrs and Pydantic use them to validate every field. Functals.cached underscore property computes something once and remembers it. Every method call you write relies on this same protocol. One mechanism. Half the libraries you use depend on it. 3 mistakes that catch everyone at least once. Mistake 1. Storing the value as self.value. All instances now share that exact same value. Bug. Mistake 2. Forgetting underscore underscore set underscore name underscore underscore on the descriptor. Without it, the descriptor doesn't know its own attribute name. Mistake 3. Mixing up data and non-data override rules.
Know which one you wrote or overriding silently fails.
Mini project, a reusable typed descriptor for any class. Step 1. Store the expected type in __init__. Step 2. __set_name__ picks a private storage name.
Step 3. __set__ raises type error on a bad type.
Step 4. Attach typed int to any attribute you want.
Write the validation once. Reuse it on every model you build.
Your challenge. Write a positive descriptor with a real __set__ method. Step 1. Use __set_name__ to store privately. Step 2. Attach it to 2 completely different classes.
Step 3. Prove the validation works on both.
Bonus, turn it into a tiny reusable validator library.
Paste your descriptor in the comments.
I reply to every single one. Let's recap what you learned today.
__get __, set __, and __delete __ define the descriptor protocol. Data descriptors always beat the instance's own dictionary. Non-data descriptors lose to the instance dictionary instead.
Property is just a small data descriptor class underneath. __set _name__ tells a descriptor which attribute it owns. ORMs, validators, and cached _property all build on this exact idea. Next episode, match and case pattern matching. Structural pattern matching, the modern way to branch on data. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you tomorrow.
Descriptors unlocked.
Property is no longer a mystery.
You know exactly what runs behind every managed attribute.
ORMs, validators, cached properties, all making sense now. Subscribe for the next episode. Tell me where you'll use a descriptor first. I'm Mahaz. See you in episode 44.